Hi, this is Ed Pullen, your host at the Bird Banter podcast, where birders talk birding. I'm recording this episode from the lobby of the Art Place, a really cool hotel right on the edge of the Medina, the central marketplace in Marrakech. Today was in large part a travel day, but we got up early to return to a place we'd been to yesterday, looking for double-spurred francolin and a variety of other birds in the morning rather than trying to find them mid-afternoon, and we had good success considering it rained pretty hard most of the time we were there. This was really our first tough birding weather of the trip. We had sort of squall after squall come through. There'd be a little brief episode where it didn't rain, but mostly rained pretty heavily, and we were essentially drenched. It made it a little hard to take pictures. I carried my camera but spent most of the time trying to hide it under my raincoat, and I didn't carry a spotting scope because I just can't manage rain, a spotting scope, camera, and binos, and managed to get much of anything done, so I left my scope behind, and that worked out okay. But we had a nice time birding there. It was, considering the weather, a very good experience. We got several nice looks at the double-spread francolin in flight, although not only a few of us got to see it on the ground. I didn't. We had nice looks at a tree pipit, our first pipit of the trip, and sort of a variety of passerines. I considered that stop a success. We got back to the car and had a pretty long drive. From there, we made 2 or 3 potty stops and dried out a bit in the van, and then stopped at a preserve that seems to be there basically for gazelles. There's a species of gazelle that is native to Morocco that had been extirpated here but has been reintroduced on this preserve and seems to be thriving. We saw probably 40 or 50 gazelles there. And I think one of the more interesting things there was the difference between the preserve behind barbed wire and the rest of the hillsides. Once you got inside the barbed wire, the grass was, 8 inches a foot tall, just looked really healthy and was doing well. But outside the barbed wire, it was just grazed to the ground, as it pretty much is everywhere we went. They graze sheep and cattle on almost every inch of land that isn't used for some gardening or cultivated purpose, and it's pretty much grazed to the ground. So we got a chance to look there, and in the preserve, where there's more grass, there were Barbary francolins. We got nice looks at a couple of those at a distance through spotting scopes. We had a nice flyby of a great spotted cuckoo, and I made the strategic decision to try to get a picture of it rather than look at it through my binos, and neither got a good look nor a good picture. So that was a slight miss. I'll be able to list that I saw it but didn't see it very well. But I want to talk mostly about the experience here at the Medina in Marrakech. Marrakech is an ancient city, considered one of the jewels of any Moroccan experience, and it's a very nice city, well kept up, and just beautiful old buildings. But the Medina I felt like I was in an Indiana Jones movie. Cobra, snake charmers with cobras, raising the head and looking at you. People, there were music, Moroccan music. There are lots and lots of marketplaces selling everything you could want. Every time you'd try to take a picture, you'd be rushed upon by several people wanting you to pay to take their picture. It was quite an experience. We were pretty tired, so Bruce and I walked around for maybe half an hour and checked it out, but it's definitely a cool place. So we had a really nice time wandering about there, and just a fabulous dinner tonight. I had couscous. Kind of a funny story there is that our local guide, Mohammed, somebody asked him what he was having. He said, "Well, it's Friday. I'm having couscous." And one of the tour people asked, "Is it just you, or does everyone have couscous on Friday?" "Oh, everyone has couscous on Friday." So I ordered couscous before I knew that, so I was right in with a Moroccan experience. I had couscous on Friday. So that's the update for today. Tomorrow we head to the high Atlas Mountains. Going to be at a high elevation, hoping for some species that are really only found there. And I'll report back on that later. But until next time, good day, good birding.